Hello my YouTube friends, today I'm going to show you how to stream from OBS to Zoom to whoever you want. Step by step with easy to follow instructions, and this one's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get right to it. If you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better YouTuber, subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you don't miss any new content. It seems crazy to think about just 4 or 5 months ago, most people had no idea what Zoom even was. And now almost every educator is teaching classes remotely using it, and lots of other businesses are using it as well. And a lot of these folks want to put on a more dynamic broadcast using OBS with multiple cameras and overlays and things like that. So today I'm going to make it really easy for you. There's a couple of steps, so just hang in there. I promise you're going to be able to do this. Let's start the setup. Just so you know, for everything you need to download every step of the way, there's a link in the description taking you right to the correct file. The first thing we want to do is go to the Zoom webpage and download the newest version of the client. If you have an older version of the Zoom client, make sure you upgrade it. Zoom removed the ability to use this feature for a little bit of time, and you don't know what version you have, so it's best to just make sure you have the newest version. Once you download this version, just double click it and go ahead and install it. It's going to install like every other application. And once you install it, you can open it up, go ahead and log in. If you don't have an account, you can create an account. And there we go. We're totally logged in with Zoom. And we're all set. The next thing we need to do is download what we need to set up our OBS. So we're going to use this OBS NDI client. This will give us the ability to output NDI sources in OBS. You need to download this install package right here. It has the runtime and the tools right on it. Then you just run that install. Make sure you have both the runtime and the tools checked. And it should run through like any standard install. The next thing we want to do is go to the NDI HX web page, and we're going to go up where it says NDI, and we're going to click NDI Tools. Then if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you just want to pick the install for Windows. When you do, it's going to ask you to fill out some information and verify that you are not a robot. Once you do, it'll come up with this box that gives you a download link. Go ahead and download that. Once you do, just go double click it and run through this install. It's going to install just like everything else. Now we're going to start our setup. The first thing we're going to do is open up OBS Studio. We want to go up to the top where it says Tools, and we want to select NDI Output Settings. Then you want to change your host output. And you can call this whatever you want, but OBS makes sense. Then you know what it is when you're selecting it in another source. Once you do this, we can minimize that window. Once you do that, we're going to go back into Start. We're going to that NDI Tools, and we want to start our virtual input. So just click on that. Now you're not going to actually notice anything. This starts this particular item in the system tray. So you go down to the system tray and you right click. At the top, your computer name should be there. In my case, it's called Main. And when you expand that out, you should find that OBS we just set up. All you have to do is select that. Next, we're going to go back in our Zoom and we're going to select our source. So in the top right, you want to click the little gear button and then go to Video. And you can just drop this down and select New Tech NDI Video. Zoom defaults the Mirror My Video setting to checked. So if your video is backwards, all you have to do is uncheck that. It will solve your problem. Now you can see we've got the NDI source. Let's go into Audio and we want to select the audio NDI source as well. Now the biggest complaint I get from people setting this up is generally audio volume problems, and there's a lot of different ways that you can adjust this. You want to make sure that automatically adjust volume is unchecked, and then adjust your speaker volume and your microphone volume. Now the funny thing is you're going to notice that you don't actually hear anything. Right now my OBS is playing some music, so I should be able to hear something. The way that I resolve that problem is I go back into Start and I'm going to open up the studio monitor. And then I'm going to select my input, OBS. Now you can see on the left there's a little bar showing me that there's music playing. And you can see my levels don't look all that grand still. So if I go down into the system tray and I right click on our virtual input and I go to audio, I can bump up the decibel levels on this to +20. And once we do that, we start to get a reasonably decent volume level out of this. As you see right here, the monitor window also has its own volume that you can bump up. So you could theoretically bump this up a whole 40 decibels if you want. The thing is you don't actually need to have this monitor window open at all. It just takes up clock cycles. The only reason why I like to open it is just to verify that I have good audio. So once I have it verified, I'll usually just close it out. But I just wanted to show you this because there are different ways to adjust your volume if you're having problems with somebody's audio not coming onto the stream loud enough. Then all we need to do is click New Meeting. You can see it starts a new meeting. We're going to join with audio. And if we go down to the bottom here, we can see that our audio is the NDI source and we're hearing it through our headphones, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. And you can test all of that right here just in case. And all you have to do is embiggen your window a little bit so you get the whole screen in there and you're all set. You can start adding your guests right now. If you want to connect from OBS to Zoom, but you want to do it on a Mac, you can check this video out right here. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Fire Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.